Yes, ma'am.
Okay, switch on your video. Let's start today's class.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So now we're going to begin with the phylum Platyhelminthes. Now they are very commonly called as the flatworms. Why? Because their body is dorso-ventrically flattened, or this way, meaning dorso means backside, ventral means
Mm.
front side. So from the backside, from the front side, it's like flat, completely flat. So that's why they are known as the flatworms. Now, majority of them, they are endoparasites. You know that parasites are of two types, endoparasites and ectoparasites. Endoparasites are those that are found inside the body of the host, whereas ectoparasites
Mm.
are those that are found on the body of the host. So since they are endoparasites, means they will live inside the body of animals and even in the humans. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now they have a bilateral symmetry. They are triploblastic. If they are triploblastic, it means how many germ layers do they have?
3 germ layers:
What are those three germ layers?
ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm.
Very good. And what are the functions of the germ layers?
It is the embryonic development layer. So mesoderm is lining the body cavity, ectoderm is on the outside, and endoderm is on the inside.
Yeah, so what do these three layers do?
Mm. Protecting the
They give rise to the
germ.
organ formation.
Yeah, yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is the meaning? Okay, and on the basis of coelom, they are acoelomate. What is the meaning of acoelomate?
Meaning the body cavity is absent.
Yes, very good. All right. Now the level of organization is organ level. So they will have organs in their body. Variety of organs are present, but those organs will not be connected to each other as such, like in the organ system organization. Now, since all of them, like majority of them are parasites. So, you know, this, I'll tell you one very special thing about parasites, that they derive their nutrition from the body of the host, either from on them or
Mm.
from inside them. So they don't need specialized structures in their body, meaning they don't need, you can say, elaborate structures. For example, if I'm talking about any kind of endoparasite and it lives in our small intestine. Okay, in our small intestine, all of the food gets digested, right? So
Mm.
they
Yes, ma'am.
get the digested food as their nutrition. So they will not have any kind of digestive system because they don't need it, because
Mm.
they are already getting the ready-made digested food. But the
Mm.
parasites, they have special structures that helps them to be a parasite, such as hooks and suckers. If they'll have hooks, then only they can attach onto the skin or attach onto the organ. So they have hooks, and then they have suckers so that they can suck the nutrition or the blood or whatever they need. Okay. Now, they
Mm.
do not
Yes, ma'am.
have any particular system in their body, so they absorb the nutrition from the host's body through their body surface. So with their body surface only, they can get the nutrition. Clear? Now,
Mm. Yes, ma'am.
yes. Now, in their bodies, the process of osmoregulation and the process of excretion, both of these takes place through the special kind of cells called as the flame cells. Now, what is osmoregulation? See, the balance of the ions in the body, the balance of the fluid in the body is called as osmoregulation. Regulation means to regulate something. If it is more, to bring
Mm.
it to the minimum point. If it is less, to bring it to the higher point. So this osmoregulation, it is done in them by these special cells called as the flame cells. It's very important. Many a times you'll be asked this in the match the following, fill in the blanks. Most of the times these things are asked. Okay, so the flame cells, they are very special cells that has dual purpose. The first purpose is osmoregulation and the second purpose is excretion. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then the sexes, they are not separate, meaning they do not have two separate individual, one will be male, one will be female. No, Both of them are present in one organism, and we call them as hermaphrodites, in which the male and the female counterparts are present in one. The fertilization takes place inside the body, so it is internal fertilization. And after the young one is formed, so that happens through larval stages. So their development is indirect. It's not that the young one directly the adult will form. No, it goes through several larval stages to become the adult, and that is indirect development. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when we talk about the members of the phylum Platyhelminthes, so we have Taenia, which is the tapeworm. It is, like it is found in this thing cow, and it is found in pigs also. So tapeworm is that parasite. Then there is this thing, Fasciola hepatica. Fasciola hepatica is also called as liver fluke. It is found, it attacks the liver, like it lives in the liver. And then there is planaria. Planaria, it has a high, it's not a parasite. Planaria is not an endoparasite. Okay, these, the first and second, these two are endoparasites. Endoparasites you've understood, na?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the difference between endoparasite and ectoparasite, dear?
Endoparasites are parasites which are taking nutrition from inside the host body, and then ectoparasites are like getting the nutrition from the human body, like from the external sources. It's not
Yeah,
entering the human body or any body. It's like
yeah,
on the
exactly.
surface,
Yeah, it's on
from
the
the
surface.
surface.
Can you think of some examples of ectoparasites?
Mm, lice
Yes, head
for
lices,
ectolice.
leech. Have you heard about leech? Leeches. They also
Leeches,
attach,
leeches.
they suck blood. Yes, so they are ectoparasites. And then the worms, all the sorts of worms, they become the endoparasites. But in the Platyhelminthes, planaria, it is not a parasite, but one special property about planaria is that if you take a planaria and if you cut it in 5 pieces, each of those pieces will become new planaria. So they have a high power of regeneration. They can regenerate. Clear?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
platyhelminthes is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And you have decided to take a one-to-one classes here, right? Not the batch class, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Your voice
Have
is
you?
lagging.
Oh, I was asking that. Have you decided like which kind of batch classes have you decided to take here? One-to-one or batch classes?
As far as I know, it's 1-to-1 only.
One-to-one. Okay.
Hmm.
All right, now talking about the next phylum, that is the phylum Ascalmenthes. Now, the phylum Ascalmenthes, they are commonly called as roundworms. Why are they called as roundworms? Because if you take a member of Ascalmenthes, okay, you cut them, and like for example, if you crack an egg and then you look at it like this, right? So when you cut the worm and then you take it and look at it like this, then they will appear round in their cross section. That is why we call them as roundworms. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now they may be free living, means not infecting anyone, just living normally. They can be aquatic, they can be terrestrial, and they can also be parasitic in the case like in plants and animals. So they have a variety of mode of living that they may be found in. The level of organization is organ system level of organization. The body symmetry is bilateral symmetry. They are pseudocoelomates. They do not have true coelom, but a false coelom is there in pouches. So they are pseudocoelomates and they are triploblastic. Talking about their digestive system, so they have a complete digestive system. There is a well-developed muscular pharynx. Okay, so pharynx is there. And now they have like their digestive system is complete. It means that they have two separate openings, one for taking in the food and one for giving out like defecation. So the excretory products, they are removed from the body through an excretory pore. So they have a hole-like structure, a pore through which the excretory products are removed. Clear? Meaning,
Yes, ma'am.
reaching the excretory pore, there is also the presence of a tube-like structure called as the excretory. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, in them, the sexes are separate. It's not in one, they are like separate sexes are present. So they are dioecious. This phenomena of having male differently, female differently, this is called as dioecious. Meaning you can easily distinguish. Okay, yeah, one more property is that, for example, in human beings, if you look at a man and if you look at a woman, you can clearly tell that which one is a man and which one is a woman, right? Unlike today's time that, even boys dress up as girls and the girls dress up as boys. Apart from that,
Yes,
but if
ma'am.
you see
Yes, ma'am.
a normal human, female and human male, you can
Generally,
easily
in
distinguish.
general.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But in them also there is this property, and this property wherein you can distinguish which one is male and which one is female, this property is called as sexual dimorphism. Okay, so in them sexual dimorphism is present, meaning you can distinguish the male roundworm, the female round. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And how can you do that? Like, for example, in humans, the females have longer hair, the females have breast and all of that. That is how you can find out. But now in them, obviously, they are not going to have long hair and breast. So what is the thing to distinguish them? The females, they are longer than males. The males are shorter in length. The females, they are longer in length. And that is how you can tell that the long one is the female roundworm. The shorter one is the male roundworm. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then the fertilization is again internal fertilization. Now the development can be direct, meaning without any larval stage, or it can be indirect, that is with larval stage. Now for excretion, they also have special cells called as rennet cells. This is also important to remember the excretory cells. So they are the rennet cells. Clear? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Very. Now talking about the members of Aschelminthes. So first one is Ascaris. It is known as the common roundworm, and it causes a disease called as ascariasis. Okay. Then there is Buscheraria. Buscheraria is called as filarial worm, and it causes a disease, filariasis. These two will be parasitic, right? And then there is Encylostoma. This is called as the hookworm. Even this is parasitic. Clear?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
these are the members of Aschelminthes. Any doubts up until now?
No, ma'am. For the development can be direct or indirect.
Hmm.
Does it depend on some factors like
Yeah, maybe.
how it is
For
done
example, yeah, because
sometimes or indirect?
see, because some of them prepare, like they make those kind of, you can say, young ones that do not need any larval stage in between. So they'll directly grow into the adult. But maybe some of the members can have several larval stages. That depends again. Okay, from organism to organism. So it can be both. So whenever a question gets asked, you can write that it can be direct also or indirect also, but it is not specified. Okay. And I really
Yes,
like the
ma'am.
fact that you have revised everything. Makes me so happy. It makes me happy to teach you. You know that the students is also, like doing their part. I am doing my part, you are doing your part. It's very good. All right, now you note down till here, then we'll move on to the next file. Any doubts up
Yes,
until
ma'am.
now?
No, ma'am.
So you note down, then we'll see the pictures of the members, okay?
Okay, ma'am. Done, 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 ma'am.
All right. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Oh, let's just see the pictures. See, do you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
See, this is the picture of this tinea, meaning the flat one. See, do you see how flat they are? They're like flat like this. They will not have any kind of round structures in their body. This is how the flat worms look like. This is the picture of tinea, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, wait, the microscopic view, yeah. This is the microscopic view. It has segments. Do you see the segments? There are these segments on the body of the tinea and they are dorsoventrically flat. Now, what other names were there? Tinea is done. Then the roundworm. The roundworm is Ascaris. See, the round. You see how round they are? And this is the difference between the male and the female worm. Do you see the female is longer and the male is shorter? One more way that you can find the difference is that the male has a prehensile tail, meaning there is a curvy tail. Instead, the female is not curved. Do you see here?
Yes, ma'am.
See this, the difference in between the tail. That is sexual dimorphism. They have two different kind of structures. The male's tail is prehensile. Prehensile means curved, and the female's is longer. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then push area. The real picture is not there. It's just the microscopic picture. Okay, and you know, Wuchereria causes the disease that is filariasis, and it is actually transmitted through the bite of the mosquito, Culex. Okay, This is how it looks like. Then we have planaria. We also have to see planaria. This is how planaria looks like. And if you cut it into several parts, each of those parts will grow into full-blown organism because the planaria, they have this high power of regeneration. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, let's continue and talk about the next phylum, that is phylum Annelida. Now, the phylum Annelida is characterized by the organisms having little rings on their body, right? And the word Annelida comes from the word annulus. Annulus means little rings. Now, talking about the members of the Annelida, so they can be aquatic, so both marine also, they can be freshwater also, they can be terrestrial, or they can sometimes be parasitic in nature. The level of organization that they have is organ system level of organization. Now, they have proper organ systems in their body. They have a bilateral symmetry. They are triploblastic, and now they have a true body cavity that is coelom. So, they are coelomate. Now, they have segmentation present, and in some of the members of this phylum, the segments from the outside and the inside, they are equal. So, we call them as metameric segmentation, right? And every unit of that segmentation, of the metameric segmentation, is called as a metamer. So, that is why the members of this phylum, they are called as annelids because they have little rings all over their bodies. Clear? Now, for the process of locomotion, locomotion means, what is the meaning of locomotion?
From moving, for traveling from point
Traveling.
A to B, for moving,
Yes.
from
Yes.
moving from one place to
To
another.
change the place, right? To move from one place to another, we say that is called as locomotion. So, for the purpose of locomotion, they have specialized muscles. Longitudinal and circular muscles are there in their bodies that helps them to locomote. Now, the example of an aquatic annelid is Nereis. Okay, Nereis is an aquatic annelid and it has lateral appendages. Lateral means sideways. So, it has appendage called as parapodia sideways, like this, how I've drawn. Okay, it has like sideways appendages which helps them to swim because they are aquatic. So, obviously, they will not need any muscles to locomote on the ground. Rather, they will need specialized muscles to swim in the water. So that muscle is the that appendage is the parapodia. Clear?
Appendage is a muscle.
No, appendage is not a muscle. Like how in our body, our hands and legs are appendages. Okay, appendage is like, imagine
Like
it like an
limbs.
outgrowth. Yeah, an outgrowth. That is called as parapodia so that it can swim. But the ones that are terrestrial, they have these kinds of muscles, longitudinal and circular, like longitudinal and circular muscles so that they can move. Now, you know that the circulatory system, it is of two types, open and closed, and they have a closed circulatory system. What is a closed circulatory system?
It has a perfect system. It contains veins, capillaries, and arteries
Yes, meaning the
to
blood
transport
is
blood.
circulated through the blood vessels, right? So they have that closed circulatory system. Now, in them, for the purpose of osmoregulation and excretion, nephridia is present. Again, a structure, excretory structure, very important to remember. So, nephridia is present. Now, in them, now one more thing is added, which is a neural system or their nervous system. It means now they have a better awareness of the surrounding. So, for them, they'll not have brain, obviously, but instead of brain, they have ganglia. Okay, they have structures that are called as ganglia that are connected by lateral nerves to a double ventral nerve cord. So, ventrally, there is a nerve cord present, meaning in the front and side of the body, there is a nerve cord present. And attached to the nerve cord is the lateral nerves and that lateral nerves connect the ganglia together. Clear? So in them,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
ganglia is the brain. Now,
Hmm.
nares, it is an aquatic form and it is dioecious. Dioecious means males and females separate.
Hmm.
Whereas earthworms and leeches, they are monoecious. Monoecious means they are hermaphrodites, male and female in one.
Hmm.
The reproduction is sexual reproduction. And the members of the Annelida, which is nares, Peritima, which is earthworm, and Hirudinaria, which is a blood-sucking leech. The common name and the scientific name you should remember. And remember that the Hirudinaria is a freshwater organism. It doesn't live, it is not found in the sea beaches or the oceans. It is
Hmm.
found in the freshwater. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the next is the phylum Arthropoda. But before that, you write down this much. And phylum Arthropoda
Yes,
is
ma'am.
the largest phylum. Remember that. Ask him when this is done, right?
Hmm.
Okay, notice.
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am. Done, ma'am. Done, ma'am. Done, ma'am.